welcome to Go Get That Rose, doing a more kind of somber entrance this week. We have a new Bachelorette, and yeah, we're so excited. I'm your host, Sarah. With me, as always, is my co-host, J Wade.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I don't know. I'm happy that Clare's gone.
Oh, that's so mean. I feel like we were pretty amped up last week. We had a lot of feelings. We were very, amped up is the right word. And this week we're nice and chill, relaxed. The episode and season kind of seems to feel like it's back on track.
It's back to the same old boring ass. Go get that rose, or not go get that rose. This show is boring ass, but
well, we're canceled.
I know, I just canceled this. No, you know what I mean. It like you said, it's back to its regular feel and format.
Yeah. There's definitely going to be still tons of drama, but it definitely, you could sense the kind of shift of the season with Tayshia. She really brought in like a whole new life, especially when they switched back to Clare in the middle of the episode. You could definitely tell there was a difference. So we are recapping season 16, episode 5 of the season, but technically episode 1 of Tayshia.
It's weird. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's going to be really weird.
I'm sorry, before we get too much farther, last night I had brought it up to you during the show how I could kind of go for a shorter season.
I was just going to bring this up.
Oh, all right, go ahead.
Perfect. Go ahead.
Well, I was talking to Sarah last night during the show, as I do very often, and I could be into this shorter season thing. I think 4 episodes, which was what Clare had, was a little bit maybe too short. Especially, well, that was because of what happened and how fast it moved. But I'm thinking like cut the guys down to 10, no more than 12, and have 8 episode seasons. And you could even do then you could do, say, a Bachelorette, Tayshia, 8 episodes, 10 guys, and then right as soon as that ends, you've got a Bachelor already that you've shot, and we go right into the Bachelor, and we get 10 girls, 8 episodes, and then just keep rotating like that.
So just have like less amount of contestants starting out?
Yes, which would make the season shorter episode-wise.
And then that way you really get to know the people longer, too.
Better, and on top of that, you'd get, if you did it that way and you say did in the fall, you could do it would be the fall because In Paradise is in summer, which I can't wait till that comes back. That's my jam. But in the fall, you could do an 8 episode season of a Bachelorette, and then right after that, maybe take a week break, whatever you want to do, but right after that, jump right into an 8-week season of The Bachelor, and then you do that in the spring as well. Then you get 2 Bachelors and 2 Bachelorettes every year. I mean, maybe you could even, trying to put 3 in there would be a little bit too much, especially when you consider Bachelor in Paradise. But I don't know. Yeah. You could have Bachelor in Paradise and 2 Bachelorettes and 2 Bachelors.
That could be, like if you do like in the winter time, you do a Bachelor, Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise, and then do fall time like we are doing now, like 2 more. That could be interesting.
Imagine how much more interesting it would be if they could really get to know the people there more. Because right now it's kind of easy just be like, well, I haven't talked to him, so I'll get rid of him. But like if you've sat down and had one-on-one quality time with someone, it's that there is investment enough to kind of feel bad if you don't end up keeping them around.
Yeah.
As opposed to where if you're one of 20 girls and I've never talked to you yet, then there are no emotional attachments there whatsoever.
But for me, like that's what's fun. Like I like watching the early season when there's like 30 girls and I don't know who they are and they're all emotional and crying because they're being sent home, but they in reality talk to him like once. and they're like, I love him so much, but they like barely seen him, and it's all the drama. That for me is fine. I don't like it when they start to get down to like 4 people, and I'm like, I don't really care about you guys to begin with. I was on my phone because I was looking up to see how many episodes there were. And there are roughly around 12 per season. One of them is the what are they called? The women tell all, men tell alls that they put right before right before the final 2. So they'll do it right after the fantasy suites. They do that for a whole episode, which honestly you can just kind of get rid of. And then they do the after the final rose, which is episode 12, right? Like it's 2 separate episodes, even though it's right after the finale. So really it's 10 episodes of actual filmed content, I guess you would call it.
Put it down to 6. 10 contestants for the one prize, for the prize. You know, you got one prize, 10 contestants, and then you got 6 episodes, 6 weeks, 6 episodes. I think that's plenty of time.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
cut out all the stupid bullshit.
I love all
that we can't stand watching. When by we, I say like me, all the stuff I can't stand.
I love it. Well, Paradise is short. I think Paradise is only 8 episodes.
No way.
I'm pretty sure Paradise is definitely shorter than The Bachelor. I think it's only 8, even though because it's only airs for a month.
No
and it's
way. It's not that, isn't it?
I don't think so. Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, look that up.
Please.
Look that up.
I'm pretty sure because I've been watching a lot of Bachelor in Paradise. You can watch them.
Like they had eight cocktail and vagina tail parties in just the one season. So, and they didn't have one every week, I don't think, did they? I don't know. I can't remember. I just remember that shit was fire. I was like, because it was my first time seeing Bachelor in Paradise. So I was like, dude, this is awesome. And one dude, the douchebag who was hooking up with all the chicks before, he sucked. And
Blake?
Yeah, that guy. And you got to miss John Paul Jones. Okay,
so never mind. It is the same amount. Some seasons only have 8. Like one season has 8, and then one has like 11. So I don't.
Right.
Anyway, so all that to say about Tayshia's season. Now we've had 4 episodes of Clare, which honestly, now we got all that stuff, I think they could have cut a lot of it down. I don't know. I still find it really weird that they decided to air all of that, especially the Yosef stuff. Like, I don't know. Like, it didn't really add to it. It left the bad taste with all the guys. It's not like she left and the guys were like, we love. Like, it really looks like they just left that all in there for us to be like, and look how wonderful Tayshia's gonna be because Clare was awful. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think they could have cut it down to like 2 episodes and give us more.
If I was ABC, I would have put out a tweet before Clare's season was supposed to start. And it would have said, due to Clare sucking so bad, her season will not air whatsoever, and we will go directly into Tayshia's.
Okay. I'm ignoring that. So if we do our typical 12 episodes this season, and they're probably not going to do a men tell all because I don't think they'll do. I think that's going to be impossible. Right. Unless it's like on Zoom or whatever, and they'll probably do
these guys. I don't know because I'm not familiar with past seasons and stuff other than Hannah Brown and but I would imagine of all of the tell-alls, whether it's male or female, these guys would probably be the most interesting and have the most to say about what happened. I would be interested.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I feel like it probably wouldn't be the most drama, which is fine because I don't like the tell-alls when they're just screaming at each other and it's annoying. But yeah, there'd definitely be a lot of like behind the scenes, a lot of stuff for them to say. But yeah, I think that Clare 12, so we'd get like 8 episodes probably with Tayshia, which I mean maybe it'll be a tryout. I can't imagine them wanting to cut down the seasons. There's no way. They keep adding contestants every year. Like, they just keep adding more and more. Like, it started out with, like, 25, and they were like, that's too many. And Clare had 31 men.
I thought 31 was the typical for every season.
No,
Oh,
that's a lot. That's a lot.
I can't believe they added people at all. I mean, they only added 4 for Tayshia, but still, I can't believe they added any at all.
Let's talk about it. Yeah. So we got Tayshia. Let's get into it. We got Tayshia, and they pulled her away from the men, which I thought was weird. I get it that they didn't
bad for that dude. Well, the other guys who didn't even get to talk to her, and they've been there for.
That was kind of messed up. But
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I think it was Kenny that was like, how's she gonna talk to new guys and when she hasn't talked to any of us? And I'm like, it's not her decision. Like, it was not her choice. Like, calm down. You're on it. I feel like these men forget that they're on reality TV. Like, I really feel like they forget that, like, shit's gonna happen to you for TV. Like, 31 is so many. But so Tayshia comes in, she only has 16 guys, which I was like, okay, that's a little weird. And then Chris is like, we have more men for you, which I'm like, okay, yes, because originally they casted like 40 guys for Clare's season, but just extra for like Corona and different stuff like that. Right. So they had all these guys on backup, and they only brought out 4, which I felt was so anticlimactic. I'm like, she only gets 4. I don't know.
They should have added, because I think that they added any at all.
No, I think they should have added. Tayshia deserves her own men as well. She deserves to go through.
16 men isn't enough.
But they're all Clare's men. She deserved men that were there for her.
I see how it goes. So then none of those 16 dudes even got a shot then. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. No, I'm saying that I'm glad. Like, I thought she handled the situation really well when she went in there. Where she's like, look, I'm here for you guys, blah, blah, blah. But I also think you have an expectation as like, I'm sure she'd go, like, this is not a typical setup to be the Bachelorette.
Exactly. You just said it. You're saying that you want her to have the typical.
I do.
But you just said it. This is not the typical Bachelor setup.
Okay, so then, but I'm glad that they brought in men for her then.
Right on. That's fine.
Like, at least let her have some kind of normal.
I'm just saying I'm right, and I won.
You are right. Okay.
Thank you. Hold on. Can you say that again? I want to clip that out.
Nope. Moving on. Yeah. So we have the new guys. There's only 4, but I only know 3 of their names. It's not bad.
No, that's better than what 3-4 weeks of the other guys, and you probably don't know 4 of their names.
I mean, we said it before the show. I'm like, how are they going to add new guys when I still don't know half of these men? I don't know. Some of them were talking, and I was like, who are you? Who are you?
No American Psycho's name. I don't care.
Oh,
he's
my God.
American Psycho.
Oh, my God. He's my favorite. What is his name?
Bennett. Boom.
He's my favorite. I don't think Bennett's going to last. I think he's gone the next episode.
And not to knock on him, because I don't know him. He may be a perfectly fine and nice gentleman, but I think that Tayshia may find him to be a little like snooty, stuck up, a little like not.
No, he seems fun.
Weird. He does, but I mean, he also comes off as like
he's polished, like very.
Yeah, and I think maybe Tayshia's a little bit too more on a lower level, laid back personality wise, not so uptight and everything. He just, like I said, he may be a perfectly fine gentleman, but he just comes off like he's a little uptight and snooty, perhaps. And
I mean, like Tayshia came out in her speech and was like, "We're here to have a bomb ass summer," and starts dancing, and I was like, okay, like little things like that. Like you could just tell, like so much more relaxed, so much more fun, and nothing wrong.
Sorry. Read that. I want you to read this one, please.
J Wade has such a look of satisfaction when he knows he's right. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
This ain't gonna happen very often. I'm going to milk it for as much as I can.
So, yeah, like I just feel like Tayshia did a great job. Yeah, let's talk about that. How do we think Tayshia did her first night?
Thumbs up. Thumbs up. She's absolutely delightful.
She is. So precious.
Yes. It's so refreshing after what we just witnessed with Clare but she just, even not as a comparison to anyone else, she's just a very delightful person to watch interact and engage with others. She's just, I don't know, man. There's something about her that draws me in. Really, she's really fun.
Which I didn't really like her in Colton's season. She was very reserved, actually. Like, she didn't really come out with that, like, fun kind of energy. And then Paradise, we both said that we kind of were a little soured on her by the end.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, like, I can see it with her as a Bachelorette, but, like, I'm going to have to, like, see it. And then her episode last night, I'm like, she's so fun. She just handles the men really well. She's very elegant when she talks. Eloquent? I don't know.
Is it? I don't know.
Elegant.
See, I'm not sure how like specific on that word you are with the pronunciation, but don't get me on pronunciation. I'll take us off on a long ride.
But she was also just fun with the men, and I like that. Yeah. So she sat down with some Clare's men real quick, some interactions. Okay. She talked to Blake, who Canadian Blake, who I think I'm just not liking this guy at all. Like,
no.
Okay. Did I like him when he first came on? I don't remember.
I don't remember, but I do remember.
I think I did.
Like, he's nice.
Thanks,
which, I mean, he's Canadian, so of course
he gives me clinger, creepy. About him now.
Yes.
Like,
creepy. There's been a couple looks in his eyes, and I'm like, whoa.
As soon as Tayshia walks in, he was like, he's talked to her just like, Clare who? Like, who was Clare? Like, you weren't like crying because she left. Like, are you kidding me? I hate people like that. And then he's like, sits down with her and he's like, you're going to have to be patient with me. I'm going to open up, I promise. But like, you're going to have to be patient. Like, she doesn't have to do anything. Stop.
Fake. He's fake. Whereas Jason is one of the most real motherfuckers I have seen in a very, very long time. I am a fan of that guy. At least he was honest about his stupid feelings.
Let's bring him up. Let's just talk about it. Let's talk about Jason because he's gone after this episode.
Yeah.
Jason, I respect you. I'm talking to you, Jason.
You and I have differing opinions on so many things.
I respect him for leaving. Right. You could clearly tell that this was a hard process for him. I do not believe that this man was in love with Clare. He had one date. But he kept saying, like, I'm in love with her. You had one date where you let out a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, you basically bumped all your therapy stuff. You need to go to therapy, my man. Like, that's what you need. Like, you're not in love. You need to work through your issues. Like, that's where I'm just like, and other podcast people have said that. I'm not the only one. Like, this man, I don't know. I think it was really sweet, and I think it was really big of him to be like, look, I'm not in the place to start a relationship with you right now. That's huge. Yeah. And Tayshia was kind of just like, kind of pushed him a little bit and was like, how do you know?
I wanted him to, stick around and at least try.
And I wonder if she was trying to kind of be like, are you leaving because you don't like me, or are you leaving because you actually had these feelings for Clare, but you just don't want to tell me that you're not interested in me? Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Fair. I personally think I would inquire because I don't think it would come to my mind. But that's fine that it did come to her mind, and that's fine that she inquired.
I mean, she even said that she has that fear that a lot of the guys just view her as a second choice. Right. And I mean, I'm sure, I don't know. I thought him breaking up with her, I thought the whole thing was, or him deciding to leave. I love how
he broke up with her, but she had 19 other boyfriends.
She's fine. No, I just thought that whole thing was really, I thought they both handled it really well. Yeah, I mean, sad to see him leave. He's going to be in paradise, everyone's saying. And yeah, anything else about Jason?
Yeah, I like I said, it's stupid. Like, he obviously was not in love with Clare. Like I've said before, there's no way you're fine. This is not about love. It's about winning a prize.
It's about those followers, baby.
Right. But as far as the game goes, Clare completely disrespected the game and did not abide by its rules. Whereas Jason, he respected the game and he respected the quarterback in a way. If you want to,
I mean, he was a pro football player. I think he was a quarterback.
There you go. But yeah, he respected the game. And he was like, we know that he's not really in love with Clare, but he thinks he is, and that's fine. He'll work through that. You know what I mean? It happens. It happens, man. I've thought I was in love with people and like the world was going to end, and then like 2 weeks later, I realized how stupid I was. It happens. But he was man enough to say, this isn't fair to Tayshia. He could have been like, well, I'll stick around. He could have been a selfish man, a selfish human being, and said, I feel this way for Clare, but I'm going to stick around and maybe, maybe she will be a second prize to me kind of thing. Maybe she can get me away from Clare, like make me not feel, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he didn't. He was like, no, I'm not going to do that to her. There's other guys here. I'm going to respect the other guys, and I'm going to respect her for what she's looking for. And he stepped away. Jason is the fucking man. I'm a big fan.
I got a picture of it. He went out on top. He decided when he was going to leave. He went out looking really good. He was honest. Like, he's playing a game. I don't know if he is, but I think now he realized, like,
it's definitely good for him in the long run in the franchise.
Yeah, it's going to be good for him. Yeah. Definitely good for him in the long run. He's going to end up on Paradise. All the girls are going to love him. He's either going to leave with someone or he's going to be in line to be a bachelor down the road. Like, because he has a good story with me, and he was the only one that really kind of formed a connection. Like, he got a rose to stay on the one-on-one with Clare. Like, they could really play up that whole, like, I was in love with Clare and she left with someone else down the line. Like, he's fine. He's in good position. Yeah. He's prime. Yeah. Let's bring up these 4 new guys that Chris Harrison interrupted her for the other people with. Which I said to my husband, I thought it would have been funny if Chris just sat down and was like, I hate to interrupt, but I want to throw my ring, my hat in the ring, like Tayshia. I thought that was funny. Anyway, so we had 4 brand new guys. One was wearing a salmon jacket. I do not know what his name was. He seemed very sweet. No idea what his name was. Another one's name was Peter. That's all I know. And then we have Spencer, who got out of the limo first, who looks like a fuckboy.
Sarah just said he looks like a fuckboy.
But don't get me wrong, he is beautiful. He is very attractive. Definitely my type. He just looks like that. Yeah. Well, he like went out and like talked to her, and she even said like he was the only guy that made her heart skip a beat. That she was like, I want to get to know him, which is kind of an insult to the rest of the guys when she walked in. That she wasn't like, yeah, Spencer's kind of an asshole. He walks in and he's like, okay, so which one of you made Clare leave, or which one of you scared away Clare, or something like that. And I was like, damn. And then they were like, okay, how many more men are there in the limo? Like, that's a fair question. He's like, you're going to have to wait and see. Like, he went in knowing he was going to be an asshole.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
For real. What did we think of Spencer?
I had never in a million years would have considered thinking of him as such or calling him a fuckboy. But since you said it, yes, that is the only thing that I have to say about him at this present point in time.
Yeah, I mean, so he got the first impression rose, which honestly didn't really end up meaning anything because she canceled the rose ceremony anyway. So I was like, what was the point of her going through that? Do you, like, they definitely planned on canceling her, right? Like, that wasn't her decision. Like, that was definitely, you know what I mean? Like, she didn't decide that in the moment.
Right.
I don't know. I'm kind of torn.
Because she has a personality to where, in this specific one here, I can't tell if it was a producer move or if that just really is her. And she was like, hey, look, guys, I just got here and you're introducing me to all these guys, bringing in. I just want to get to know these men and like.
I feel like they wouldn't have done that.
I don't know.
Her. Like, I feel like they would have been like, okay, like, we want a little bit more time. Because also, that adds more, like, tension in the house for them. Because we're already seeing they're, like, new guys versus this pack who have been together for, like, however, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or whatever. Like, friends. I don't know. And then the last guy we got was Noah with his mustache. Look at Noah, who we didn't really get a lot.
That guy, wow.
We didn't get too much of him, I don't think.
He was an extra in Boogie Nights, I remember.
That's sad. They did make fun of the mustache at the end, like to do the little like after credit things. And Bennett was like going in on him and his stash, and he was like, "I don't know if that's a thing to do in Oklahoma, but okay." He's one of 10 children, apparently, and he's a twin. That's all we know. In
you know what that means?
Huh?
You know what that means? That many kids.
You know. High grocery bills. That's what it means. But we did see in the promos, spoil it for you, the promos is trying to say that he's a bad guy, the villain. I don't know if that's going to be true, but that's really what they're trying to like amp up to us. We shall see. And yeah, so those are the 4 guys, blah, blah, blah. They interrupt the middle of the episode to bring us back to Clare. Yeah. And we're going to do that right now.
We have to talk about that.
Let's talk about it. I mean,
if you want to, then we can, but like...
It was the most random thing. Like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, Tayshia's doing great, this is fun, I'm having fun again. I'm actually getting to know some of these guys. I'm really intrigued in this drama with Spencer, kind of, not really. And then... we have to, it's Chris Harrison, like, hello. And I was like, no. And he's like, we have to interrupt this. And I'm screaming at the TV, like, no, you don't have to interrupt it. You're choosing to, but it's fine. Yeah. And it's all stuff that we've heard them talk about. Like, it was all just stuff for the promo to get people to watch the episode so we could really find out the truth about Clare and Dale, which we didn't learn anything.
They're lying. They did. They absolutely did have communication.
And if they did, I don't care. I don't care.
They did, but I don't care.
I don't care.
I'm just saying.
My thing was, it
absolutely happened. Couldn't care less.
But I don't care. I asked you last night, do we think this was filmed recently, or do we think that this was filmed back then when they were at the resort and they're airing it now? I think it was when they were at the resort.
I have to go with you because of your wisdom on this show, but I mean, the stupid me was like, it has to be recent. I mean, what kind of morons would film that like within a few days of them getting engaged? And obviously, ABC producers at. I mean,
put it all together. I've heard people speculating that Clare wanted to kind of do it like. I'm sure she figured she was going to get a lot of heat for ending her season early. So maybe she's like, I'll put this out as a little protection for myself. Plus, I just thought, like, she was saying, like, she was pacing around the pool. Like, does she have a pool back home? Probably not. She lives in California. I don't know. Like, that's expensive. Like, maybe it's the pool at the resort. I don't know. Doing a little
I don't know.
detective work. But, yeah, whatever. Okay, I can't believe how tired I was of Clare and Dale already.
Oh yeah, me too. Like
I literally checked out. I like messaged you and I was like, I have no idea what they're saying. Like, it just zoned out. I was so over it.
I'm just they're going, they're lying.
I understand why they put it in the middle of the episode, because if they put it at the beginning, people would have just clicked off the show, like, and probably not have gone back. And if they put it at the end, like, either way, people are gonna click out. And if they put it in the middle, you kind of have to watch it all the way through because you want to see what's going on with Tayshia. She's a psycho talking about baby. Yeah, so Chris is like, what's next for you guys? And Dale is like, well, like maybe marriage. And she's like, babies, which I do that all the time. So I'm like...
Well, but I mean, to be fair, man, if you're going to get married and shit, there's going to be chores to be done around the house. So you got to have kids to do that. They start as babies. So, you know.
You're right. You're right. It was just really weird. I don't know. Best of luck to y'all.
Yeah, that was really crazy. Bye.
And
I hope you never see or hear from them again. And
we probably will.
I hope they split up. Seriously,
Stop being mean. Stop being negative. And just like the episode before we jump into the rest of Tayshia, we're gonna go to a promo break. Make sure you come back to hear the rest of our thoughts on Tayshia. We'll be right back.
Hey everybody, Sean and Wade here to tell you about our new review show following each episode of Disney Plus's The Mandalorian.
Dude, yes, Boba Fett!
Not exactly, Wade. Set in the Star Wars universe, The Mandalorian takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi and follows a Mandalorian bounty hunter beyond the reaches of the New Republic.
Yeah, Boba Fett.
Did you even watch Return of the Jedi? Never mind. Join us here every week on the Merc with the Movie blog feed. Thank God Galen will be here too. I don't think I can handle Wade on my own.
Hey, Jay Wade here to tell you about SEN After Live, our SEN Live After Show, where we talk about, well, whatever Christian, Brett, and the rest of the crew talk about and the insanity that ensues. So join us each week here on the Merc with the Movie blog feed on your podcasting platforms, as well as YouTube now on the SEN After Live channel. Talk to you then.
Hey everybody, I'm Sean. You guys might know me on this feed from co-hosting Beyond the Screen, but now here at Merc with the Movie blog, we have started a brand new show exclusively for video games called Game Over Screen. So join me every week with my co-hosts.
Hey, how's it going? My name's Brendan.
And I'm Tyler.
As we talk about everything video game related, and when we, I guess, get to the Game Over Screen. I don't know, I don't have a good pun for that, but the joke is that we're going to die a lot in the game.
Well, you might.
I solemnly swear that I am up to no good. Hey guys, it's Sean. I wanted to tell you guys about the new show I'm hosting, the Harry Potter Review Show. Every other week, I'm joined by some combination of Kaylin, Sarah, and one guest that has never read the books. We discuss one movie per episode and break down what we love about them, what we don't love about them, and the differences from the books to the movies. It's a ton of fun, and I hope you guys will tune in to check it out. Until then, mischief managed.
So on that promo break, make sure you go and check out all those shows on the Merc with the Movie blog feed. But I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw that you can rent Airbnb the Bachelor Mansion for $6,000 a night. So I think we all need to pull our money together. We should all go to the mansion.
Is that you said that's per day?
A night.
Holy crap, man.
Honestly, though, I kind of want to do it.
For one night, dude, come on.
I would do it for one night.
That's crazy.
My God. Yeah, so please donate to my Help Me Stay a Night in the Bachelor Mansion fund.
We'll find the GoFundMe link next week.
You can find my GoFundMe. Look out for that. Anyway, let's just jump right in. Okay, first group date with Tayshia. She's in the pool. Oh my God, she looking
Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I don't know if you noticed that. It's an older movie from the 80s, but did you catch that reference?
No.
Out of the water, that it was the same exact red, same cut.
Oh, really?
As old girl in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, coming out of the water, slow motion, hair slicked back. Man, oh man. Hot. Sorry, but I was digging that.
Someone was like, "Oh, it's like Baywatch." I was like, "Yeah, I guess." But she like came. Oh my gosh.
It was. Yeah, she did, Sarah.
It was hot. It was hot. So the guys are there. They're in the pool. They're having like their pool party. We're just going very fast. Having like a pool party. Then of course Chris Harrison shows up, and they're like, "We're gonna play pool basketball, whatever." The one guy was like, "It's 116 degrees, so of course they're gonna," or 120. I don't know. He's like, "Of course they're gonna like have him like try and stay hydrated and cool and stuff like that." I mean, they were all wearing Speedos again, and someone made a comment about it, and I was like, "It's The Bachelor. It's what they do. Stop complaining."
Well, the biggest thing from the whole pool thing, the biggest thing that we got from all of this was, okay, guys and gals, yes. Okay, first, Sweet Puppy Dog Pete's season brought us the champagne. Okay, this episode, Tayshia brought us the cocky. It was awesome. She opened that champagne and it was.
Oh, was she? I was like, it's just getting worse and worse. I don't know what's happening.
Yes.
Yeah. Here's our. That's the team that lost.
Yeah, poor guys. The pep talk obviously didn't work there.
No, I guess not. I guess the biggest thing is Riley elbowed Spencer in the mouth or whatever. It always happens. But Spencer is aggressive. I don't like him. Stop.
Yeah,
please stop.
He milked it. I mean,
of course he did.
Of course any guy is gonna milk it, but I mean, he milked the whole cow, dude. Come on.
He milked the whole cow. Well, so I honestly wasn't paying attention to this part of the episode at all. So when they all showed up on the group, because I heard Chris Harrison say, I went back and rewatched the episode, okay? But I heard Chris Harrison say at first, winners go home, or winners stay, losers go home.
Yeah.
And I was surprised when all the men showed up at the date. I was like, what the heck? I thought they said they were all going home.
Yeah, I was too. What the?
Well, rewatching it, Chris said, we have a special barbecue set up for the winners, just the winners, but everyone's going to come back for the night portion of the date.
Right.
And she was like, yeah, I wouldn't do that to you guys. And I was like, oh, that's sweet. Kind of a dig, but sweet. It's nice. Yeah, so they had a little barbecue with just the winners. And that's why when Riley was like, did they serve you? Did any of these guys serve you? And she just kind of was like, no. Because I was really confused. I'm like, what are they talking about? It was weird. Yeah. Big thing I just want to mention about this party was Easy sits down with Tayshia and is like, man, I can see you being my wife. I'm so excited. And she just was totally ignored it. I was like, oh no. Because she was she said something I really need you here, which is code for you're going to be a great friend.
Right.
Was not,
I wonder if she was sitting there thinking, okay, you can see me being your wife, but until yesterday, you had no idea whatsoever I was going to be here, and you were in Clare mode for however long. But after one day,
maybe that turned her off.
Totally going to be my husband after one day.
Yeah,
and she's supposed to buy that. You know what I mean? That's kind of. I wonder if she had that line of thought, maybe.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe that kind of turned her off a little bit. Is I've only been here for one night. You've been here for Clare this whole time. I don't know. There were a couple of guys that were some of them were pretty honest. The only one was Jason and Blake that were just I was here for Clare, but now I'm here for you. The one guy, Jordan C with the glasses.
She did. I'm sorry. Caitlin did bring up a good point.
Yes, she gave
rose.
Easy the rose. I think it was a friendship rose.
Rose?
Yeah, I think it was a friendship rose. I think it was you're a nice guy.
Why would you give I don't know.
Maybe she likes him a little bit, but I don't know. I don't think she's I don't think that...
I mean, but then again, all we see is, you were saying, she came off uninterested, but all we see is 5 seconds of her body language. So, and that doesn't even mean that expression was from that moment either. It could have been from her talking to a different guy. We don't know.
We don't know. You're right. You're learning. Know. You're learning.
I'm learning.
So the one guy, I still don't like Kenny, but Kenny was just you kind of come off as a dick to Spencer. Because I guess Riley was oh, my ribs hurt, because I guess he got him in the rib. And Spencer was well, if you ever want that to happen again, just tell me or ask me. I don't know. I'm yeah, he's coming out. He's clearly trying to act like an asshole. It's
he is.
Yeah, and then they all were you're kind of a dick, I guess he said dick. And they were yeah, you're being really rude. You came in here with an attitude, blah, blah, blah. And he was all these guys' reasons for me being an asshole is really weak, which I was okay, buddy. I feel he's trying way too hard to be the villain. I don't think he's going to be the villain. I don't know. I just really think he's just trying way too hard. I don't think he's gonna last with her. I think she's like intrigued by him and is like he's hot, but I think once like she meets some of the other guys, like their personalities start clicking, like I don't think he's gonna last that long.
Now,
And,
do you think the villain is going to be someone that we really don't expect it to be? Like someone that we just would not at all see it coming from? Or is it going to be someone when it happens? Are we going to be like, oh, right on, like, yeah.
I think it's going to be a couple different guys. Maybe that's not the right thing to say. I think Spencer will be a villain for a little bit because he's like rude, but I don't think there really is going to be like one overall villain.
Dude, American Psycho gets a one-on-one date with Tayshia, and he comes out holding a fake axe and playing Huey Lewis in the news on the radio. Yeah, y'all get that. Y'all
technically the villain. You're right.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying. I just like referring to him as American Psycho because that's all I can think of when I see that guy. Is that movie?
Him. He's gonna be leaving soon. It's fine. Yeah, well, so I just want to mention the one guy, Jordan C, basically when he like sat down with her was like, I debated on whether or not I was going to stay, which I'm like, no, you didn't. That's a lie. Right. You knew you were going to stay. And then he said like, but then I saw you with your big ass eyes. And I'm like, don't say that. And then, okay, the other thing that pissed me off about Spencer, I'm jumping all over the place.
Said eyes.
Spencer, yeah, he did not mean eyes. Spencer sits down with Tayshia at the beginning of the episode and was like, I'm 30. And then he goes, how old are you? So you never ask a woman.
Right. She even gave a look kind of like.
Yeah. She was like,
how old I am.
Like, that was so rude.
There are situations when you ask a girl her age. Let's not, But
that was the first thing he said to her.
But this is not
30. And how old are you? Like, why does it matter? Like, why do you care? Like, yeah, it was really weird. There's a couple times, though Riley tonight was like, I want to get to know tonight. Riley was like, I want to get to know you a little bit better, asking her about her job, which I'm like, they are not going to hit it off because she was like, oh, she's like an influencer now. Like, she quit her job and like, that's what she does. Like, she's a beauty influencer, and so which is fine.
Nothing of
she's like social media, like, and that's fine. Like, she has.
Tayshia, I really like her. I just, I mean, come on, dude. To folks like me who get up and go to an honest job and do physical labor.
But she used to have a job like that, but now she does not physical labor. Right. But now she doesn't because she's famous.
Right. I mean, so I've often thought about starting an Instagram account and doing these silly little poses and skimpy clothes and stuff, like being goofy.
Anyway, so
money off of it.
Riley. So Riley was like trying to get to know her or whatever, and oh no, it wasn't Riley. I'm thinking of someone else. Anyway, so Riley was like trying to get to know her. And asking her all these questions. She's like, what do you do for work? And he was like, oh, I'm an attorney for, what is it, like people that have medical malpractice attorney or something like that. Like some real fancy job. And she was like, oh, like you could tell like she was kind of like, oh crap. Like two different kinds of jobs. It was I'm thinking of the one guy, the other Tyler, who I always think just looks like Jay. I get them mixed up. These two men look exactly alike. I have no idea which one's which. But the one, he's like 36 or whatever. And she's like, why are you single? And he was like, I just haven't met the right person. And he's like, why are you still single? I just don't get it. And I could see in her face, she was like, like none of these men
say it the right way. I get what we all understand what.
No, but she was divorced. Like none of these men knew that she was divorced. Like, but that's what, like, I felt like he was implying, like, why are you still single your whole life? And she's kind of like, I wasn't. Got married super young, and I got divorced.
Oh, like, all right. From a guy's perspective.
That's how I took it.
Okay, from a guy's perspective, I took it as a very poorly worded compliment. Because in my mind, he was implying.
Oh, I know what he was going for.
Great person. I think you're amazing.
Yeah.
Why are you still single? Like, I don't understand. And it's nothing. But the way he worded it was bad. One, it implies something is wrong with her in a way.
Yeah.
in a roundabout way. It does, I think, but
Yeah.
it was meant to be a compliment. He just didn't do it very well.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I guess that leads us into, so she had a one-on-one date with Brendan, I guess is his name. He was the one that was wearing the turtleneck.
Yes.
In like 100-degree weather.
He called himself out for wearing it too.
He did. I thought they were really cute. Like, I thought they were really cute together. They had really good chemistry. They were riding on horses together. Yeah. And then Chris Harrison kept like...
I did not understand. That was getting on my nerves too. He had every right to be annoyed by that.
I don't know. It was so weird. He was like, ice cream, ice cream. Oh my God, it was so funny. Because he was like, oh, like Chris Harrison's here, but he's like, cock block. I don't know what he said. And then he just kept showing up. And I was like, that's hilarious.
Well, really, I mean, it does put a hamper on things for them. They're getting
but it's fun.
Right, getting to know each other. Then all of a sudden, Chris shows up. Then 3 minutes later, Chris shows up.
Coconuts.
Come on, man.
Yeah, but it would just be like if they were out in the town and they'd be running into things. I get what they were going for. They're trying to add a little bit of like whatever. I thought it was really funny.
Guys.
I thought it was funny. So Brendan was like, I had to tell her.
It would have been funny if the drinks were being given out by our man from Bachelor in Paradise.
Wells?
Yes. Now that I could have gotten behind. Like set up his cantina thing there.
That would be, he just popped out like
Paradise and have like they just write up on this cantina and it's Wells.
Oh, that would have been great.
Hey, how's your day going?
That would have been
Tayshia
perfect.
would have had a little reunion moment with him, like Wells.
Missed opportunity. Kyra's Bachelor.
Anyway.
Anyway, yeah. So wrapping it up, Brendan tells Tayshia that he was divorced. Wasn't sure how she was going to react. Little did he know she was also divorced.
Did you know she'd been married?
Yes, she brought it up on.
I didn't know if it was common knowledge.
She brought it up on Colton's season.
Oh, okay. Okay, I never saw it. All right.
That I don't know how much she went into this story, but I know she brought it up that she was married young, divorced. Got a lot of heat for it from like her friends and family and like the church and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I don't know. She said that it was because of infidelity. Is that the right word? Because he cheated.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was new information or not. I can't remember, but I didn't.
Cheated? Did she?
She said on his side.
Okay. I just
said infidelities. Yeah. She said because of infidelity. She said not on my side because of on his side or something.
But not to judge. That was a long time ago. Yeah. People can change over time. And I was young. I cheated on a couple of girlfriends. I still feel bad about it.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow, that's a whole.
One of them I ran into probably 6-7 years ago. We dated when we were 16. And I apologized to her again, like 20 years later or 10 years, 20 years later or so for cheating on her, man. I still feel bad about that stuff.
Oh, wow.
That's stuff, you never know who it is, how it affects different people, because there are things that have happened to me like 4 or 5 years ago, and I blow them off. It's not a big deal for whatever reason. I get over it quickly, whatever. But then there are things from my teenage years especially that still linger with me, and they're not things that I hold grudges against people for or I feel bad about on a regular basis. But, there are things that I've done and that have been done to me, in my teen years and long ago that I still, it still affects me in some little way. So, yeah, that makes me feel bad because I don't know, that person could have forgotten about it entirely, or that could be something that affects her to this day. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, but it's important to me to let people know when I feel bad about things and to let them know that, because I've always been like that. Like in my mind, if you don't know why things happen, you don't have that closure. All you can do is guess and make up your own reasons. And when you do that, it's normally all negative about yourself. It's somehow your fault. What's wrong with me? It's self-loathing. And that feeling really sucks. And I don't want anyone else to feel that way because of a lack of understanding of something that I did or said. So whenever I have the chance, man, even if I've apologized before, if it bothers me still, I'll apologize again. But anyway, that was a little side rant.
Go get that rose therapy session coming to you.
I'm not as stupid as y'all stupid I am. I am.
Yeah, so I thought it was a really sweet day. I really liked them. She said at the end, like, she could see him being her husband or something like that. So we'll see how far he goes. And then they had fireworks, which I thought was sweet. And
the guys were like, well, they're sharing a moment.
Yeah, the guys didn't seem as jealous as they normally would
pretty
be.
chill, to be honest.
They really do.
But then again, they've been through the trenches together. Clare, man, they got like a little war buddy kind of thing.
Buddy.
Like,
yeah.
Get together, boys. But just wait until it starts whittling down to the few. Then the war is back on.
Wait until they start to really get to know her, and the feelings start to really come out. Like they're going to be fighting over her. Yeah. And that's going to be it for us here. We're really excited to see where this journey goes. Definitely a new kind of fresh energy into these next couple of episodes, hopefully. I thought Tayshia did a great job, like we said earlier. And we're super excited. Woo. J Wade, where can people follow you?
You can follow me on the Twitter at JWade1134. That is the letter J, WADE 1134. And also I have a show that I do live on Wednesdays and Fridays at 3:15 p.m. Eastern time on the SEN After live channel. And then also another show we do live on this channel on Fridays at 6:30 p.m. So check those out as well.
Which I'm still trying to be invited to come to that one, but it's fine, whatever. You can find me.
We're hooking that up. We're hooking that up.
Oh, okay. You can find me on Twitter, my personal Twitter, at SCBOC, SSEIBOCK. Woo! And the Go Get That Rose Twitter at Go Get That Rose. And then you can also follow the Merc with a Movie Blog Twitter at Movie Blog Merc. And you can just find all these shows there as well on podcast, on video form, on YouTube. And we'll see you next week when we recap the next episode of Tayshia's season. Bye!